Good morning, welcome. I'm so glad to see all your smiling faces. Talking about afterlife party at the Holbrooke Inn, and it's going to be interesting. And we're going to be talking about ghosts afterwards. So, yeah, so think about your favorite ghost experience and share it. And good morning, Janet.
Good
How are you this
morning.
morning?
I'm so happy to be here.
Oh, well, I'm happy to have you here.
I'm so
Yeah.
happy to be here. And I want to remind people that we have a couple of events coming up. One is our speaker series where we have 4 incredible veterans. They're going to talk about the spiritual experiences they have had and the spirit of comradeship that they have had as a veteran.
That's
and what
wonderful.
that means. We're so excited. It's going to be a panel discussion, and then we'll have time for everyone. I'll be asking some questions, and Corky will, but it'll have a time all of us can ask how we can be supportive and what their experience was like. So I'm so excited. We have 4 amazing people. Reverend Ronnie Grigsby. We have Reverend Corey Dodd.
Elizabeth Barton.
Elizabeth
Karen
Barton.
Stevenson.
And Karen Stevenson.
And Corey.
And Corey. And so it's going to be wonderful. So please join us on Tuesday, the 11th, which happens to be Veterans Day.
Right.
That's why we decided to do this panel with the veterans. And then we have, on the 15th, we have our annual meeting. Please come join us at the UCM office. And we're going to have an incredible guest speaker. I'm so excited. Chris Brown is going to be speaking. And it's just going to be wonderful.
Good.
So please join us.
November 15th.
November 15th. November 15th. And then we have Grief in the Holidays coming up on the 3rd Wednesday in November. And then Light of Lights, which is on the 2nd Wednesday in December.
Oh my gosh.
And Corky has put that all in the CCL Insights.
Yep.
So
if you aren't getting the
come and be a part
CCL
of this.
insights, please let us know.
Yes. Come and be a part of these events, my dear. They really help for us to come together in community.
Great.
So thank you, Bobby.
Right.
Okay,
And Joan, do you have some announcements?
I do have a couple of announcements. Of course, today was the day we were going to have all of you come in and enjoy food and drink. That didn't happen, but we're still here. And I have 2 options for you. One is that after the service, we hang out here and talk until about 1:30. So you could feel free to drop in after the service, like 11:30 or 12, and join in the discussion and some lunch. And we'd love to have you. And if you can't do that, or even if you can do that, I'm inviting you to send a Thanksgiving Day card to Corky and Dottie, thanking them for all the years that they've put in maintaining this wonderful community. We're a very special kind of community, and we need to support it and give thanks for it in every way we can. And it's really simple to get a card and write 2 things on it. Thank you for, or remember when, on your card. And let's have a happy Thanksgiving for them. I want to remind you about Patty Baker's book, Script for Success, which is just wonderful.
Wow.
And the little blurb that Patty and I wrote up will help you get to know Patty, who is Joyce's partner. And a lot of times we don't hear a lot from Patty. But what I discovered about Patty is once you get her talking, she really loves to talk. So please read that. Let's see. Oh, I wanted, because I know Jeannie Lyons, one of our reverends here, she is deeply associated with Opera San Jose, so I started going to the opera. And the next opera that's coming up is one that's very famous. It's Madame Butterfly.
I love that.
And it has beautiful music.
Oh, it does.
And if there's lots of seats available, you can go online and buy your ticket. And let's see. What I know is that when I think a thought, it's okay. Whatever thought I think, it's okay. It's the ones that I dwell on that change my life. Thinking any thought, lots of thoughts flow through our minds, but they don't need to stick there. They're the ones that stick there that change our lives. And so I invite you to think of good thoughts, loving thoughts, abundance thoughts, all kinds of butterfly thoughts floating through your mind and keeping them there.
Wonderful. Well, thank you. And remind people to have their happy thoughts. That's a great, great idea.
I love
Yeah.
it. Butterfly thoughts.
Butterfly
That's a
thoughts.
song.
Hey, butterfly thoughts, songbird. So,
Okay, so I just invite you to take a nice deep breath. You might have been very busy or very working hard, or helping people. There have been so many people that have gone through transitions in this season. And today is All Saints Day, La Dia de los Muertos.
Wait a minute, we're not connected somehow. Where is, so hold on a sec. Let me get at the gallery view. There you are.
I don't know why it's LD.
Pin, pin, pin. Pin, 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 pin. I don't know why you weren't there. Now you are. Okay, go.
Okay, so did everyone hear
But
what I
it's not-
said or no?
you can say it again.
Yeah.
Just, I'm inviting you to get connected to the ancestors, because this is an amazing day, All Saints Day, La Dia de los Muertos. It's a part of a 3-day tradition, and in many traditions, this is the day where the veil is thinnest, where we can connect and we can share with each other on the other side. And I think it's no accident, Dottie, that you're talking about what you're talking about. I am so excited about it. So I just want you to imagine, just go into your heart and just allow yourself to meditate upon your heart hotel. You know, all of the people that you love that are in your heart, you know, just make a connection with them, because they are always with you and always beside you. And we can call upon them when we are in struggle or when we're feeling alone. We can bring those good ancestors to us and claim them and allow them to support us. Oh, I'm calling you, oh ancestors, you are in my heart. I'm calling you, oh my ancestors, you are the healing spark, and you bring me home to my power of the Spirit reaches inside my heart. Oh, bring me home, bring me to your heart, and may I hold my life, may I hold my truth. Oh, bring me home to here, where I am held by you, and know that I love you, and know that I am in you. Oh, bring me home to spirit, and bring me home to love. Ooh, sweet love. Oh, sweet love.
Thank you so much. That was gorgeous.
Awesome.
You, it had a prayer element in there that was
Wow.
so great. It was such a wonderful song. Thank you so very much.
Wow.
And natting butterflies, that's great for Joan and for
That is.
Starbird, Songbird,
Mhm.
Starbird, Songbird. Thank
She
you
can be a
so very
starbird,
much.
too.
Welcome to CCL. I'm so glad to have you here today. And you all got up early. Yeah, it's nice to have what's going on with the world, have something that just jolts it. And that's what this morning did. Oh, I got up at 8 o'clock and I went, I could sleep another hour. And I went, oh, but it's such a beautiful day here in California. So wherever you're looking in on us, I hope it's a beautiful day there. Because right now it's in the early 70s. It's wonderful. It's going to be a beautiful day. So I hope you enjoy it. And I'm going to be talking about a party that I went to. And it was a wedding of John and Savita, and it was many years ago, but I attended at the Holbrooke Inn in Grass Valley, and I had a very spiritual time. And I was a good friend and a psychic observer for the groom, who was excited if I could meet any ghosts in this supposedly haunted hotel. And he said, now tell me, but don't scare me, because I'm going to be getting married that day. And so this is my story that I wrote for him. And so I'm going to share it with you this morning. When I entered the back door of the inn on Friday evening, this 1853 gold mining hotel was rocking with the wildness of John's bachelor party. 6 men in army uniforms with strands of green, purple, and gold Mardi Gras beads draped around their necks were toasting everyone in sight with huge brandy sniffers. Jonathan was shipping out to Iraq in a few days and was excited to have the service buddies with him. He had lipstick prints on his flushed face and was leering at Savita, his bride-to-be. He gave me a quick kiss on the cheek and said he was glad to have me there because he was marrying his true love. I moved through excited party guests to the antique registration desk. The check-in process was slow and gave me time to study the colorful spirit behind the assistant manager at the desk. The apparition was a short man with ginger-colored hair and mutton chops, smiling at the merriment. His blue eyes twinkled with the glint of too much booze, and his ethereal body swayed to the music of the Dixie Chicks. He seemed delighted that I could see him and gave me a wink and a touch to his grin and black checkered cloth hat. I smiled and gave him a slight nod. What a way to enter a party. to have a spirit guide standing at the registration desk. I was given the key to the Mark Twain room number 2 and hauled luggage up the long, winding staircase. I stopped often to stare at spirits standing around in their best clothes. There were men in top hats, cowboy hats, fedoras, and derbies, graciously removing their hats, some slightly bowing to let me pass, a very gentlemanly procession of ghosts. They were illuminated by the dim lighting of the old chandeliers against the faded green and ivory striped wallpaper. I opened the door with a large skeleton key, and the room seemed to spring to life. The grand picture of Mark Twain and his bushy mustache glowed. I walked in and sat on the large feather bed. It had a shiny brass headboard and a white crocheted coverlet. The pillows were large and covered with slip covers of lace. Exhausted from the drive from San Jose to Grass Valley, I was ready to take a nap. Just as I removed my shoes, loud laughter drew my attention to the porch. I opened the tall glass pane doors onto the long sweeping veranda across the front of the hotel and stepped into a version of the Old West movie. I could see the soft glow of gas lights and hear chomping horses pulling carriages and lots of yelling men. Everything was diffused and fuzzy, but I could still make out hat-covered heads peering upward in the early evening coolness. It took me a minute to realize that I was being put into a special place. There were 3 kimono-clad women in various states of makeup and dress, giving me a view of 3 blumpy hinds as they leaned over the banister and flirtatiously called out to the men below. A thin young woman sat on a rattan stool in the corner of the balcony. She wore a threadbare green calico dress, and her mousy brown hair was pulled back into a bun. She clutched a small gray handkerchief. Her pale face looked empty, like she'd been crying or was ill. She often brought the dirty cloth up to her face and covered her mouth as she coughed. Her watery blue eyes followed me when I smiled at her. And all of that happened in just like a quick moment.
Wow.
That I took in these women and all that was going on. And I stepped back into the room. And I excitedly told my friend Corky, "This place is full of gold rush dead people." In my work as a psychic, I've seen ghosts all over the world, but never so many in such a short period of time. We headed down the stairs for the rehearsal dinner, and I was stopped by a vision. He wore a long black frock coat, a white shirt, black Hambler string tie, and was holding a soft black fedora. He had a large dark mustache and black bushy eyebrows. The name Black Bart leaped into my consciousness, to be met with a slight sneer by the apparition, and the name George Thomas settled into my head. And it just made me laugh that he had to make sure I didn't think he was Black Bart. Even without it, and without an ace of spades protruding from his pocket, you could tell George was a gambler. This being was so substantial I crossed the stairs to avoid him. I had once ambled through a spirit in the James Lick mansion and was cold for 3 days. Unfortunately, my friend Gail did not follow my lead and walked straight through George. She shuddered with cold all night. I peered into the saloon and saw joyful spirits floating in midair. They gave the bar a touch of Disney's Haunted Mansion. Plump dance hall girls, dusty cowboys, miners, gamblers, and a couple of preachers drifted across the ceiling. The real-life pianist, playing a honky-tonk kind of Western music, added to the atmosphere. And I just stood there and took all of this in, and it was the most amazing sight. And other people didn't even see it. They just were walking through, these people who were sashaying through the room. After dinner, I returned to the Mark Twain room to get some well-needed sleep. In the middle of the night, I was awakened by a young girl in the faded green dress.
Oh.
Please, Mrs., I know you can hear me. Can you help Mary Beth find her ring? I sat up and stared at Mary Beth. She looked even more pathetic. Her arms were skinny and white, and her face was feverishly flushed. She reached long, bony fingers of her right hand towards me. I said, Mary Beth, your ring can't be in this room. It has been cleaned thousands of times since you died. She put her face in her hands and cried, I ain't dead. I can see you, missus. I can see the ladies and everything. I have to get the ring before Charlie comes back. She hurried across the room and floated through the wall. Around 4 a.m. I was again wakened by Mary Beth. She demanded I help her find her wedding ring. I dragged out of bed and we looked through a few cabinets. After a few minutes, I told her I needed to get back to sleep. She cried and talked about how hard her husband had prospected to buy her a proper wedding ring. When she returned at 6 a.m., I was testy. Mary Beth, I said, go away. After John's wedding, my friends and I will come back here and find your ring. When I awoke, I was delighted to see sun streaming through the windows of the room. Mary Beth's dusty smell was gone, and the room was warm and cheery. I walked to the veranda and looked out. Toyotas, Ford trucks, and Beamers were parked on the street. Neon signs lit antique stores, and folks were walking with Starbucks coffee cups in their hands. Maybe it had all been a bad dream. When I went in to take a shower, I was shocked to hear Mary Beth's slight lisp as she said, it was hard for ladies to get themselves clean when I had to haul water up them stairs. Missus, my folks were killed when their wagon overturned. Them ladies took me in. I have toted meals, pressed dresses, and hauled water since I were a young'un. In my 17 years, my husband be the only person ever loving me. I need to find my ring. We went back downstairs to join the procession. After the wedding and reception, I prepared a releasement of Mary Beth's spirit with my friends Corky and Gail, who do ghost busting, and were excited about being part of a real seance in a haunted house. To prepare for the ritual, we pulled an antique square table across to the foot of the brass bed. I then lit a small white candle. The three of us pulled up chairs, sat down, grabbed each other's hands, and I led us in a protection prayer. The candle flame started to flicker violently, and then Mary Beth appeared. I told her she needed to let go of her earthly energies and move into spirit to follow the white light. Gail told her she would meet her husband, that he was lovingly ready to receive her. I envisioned a young man beside a Sierra stream. I could see the goosebumps on his scrawny bare arms. He was a kid about 19, and he was intently plunging a gold pan into the icy water. Then he slipped and fell on the rocky bank into the water. By the odd angle of his leg and the stream covering with his blood, I knew his leg was shattered. Miners came over, helped him out of the water, and placed him on the ground. A stained rag was pulled tightly around his leg, and everyone went back to prospecting. One of the men said he would take Charlie back to camp before it got dark, but couldn't get him to town for a few weeks. Mary Beth, I told her, Charlie had a broken leg. That's why he didn't come back. He had gold in his poke, and was so sad when he got here and you were gone. Where did I go? Mary Beth, you died, and you were buried before he returned. Charlie is in spirit, Mary Beth, and waiting for you. The candle sputtered and then came back, bright and furious. Mary Beth's energy became agitated, and then she was gone. We sat there quietly holding hands, moved by Mary Beth's gentle energies. The sadness of separation from Charlie and the loss of her wedding ring. Each of us visualized her laughing and running with her young man. Then Gail said, "Look at the beautiful heart."
Yeah.
Reflected on the bedroom wall
Wow.
was an outline of a Valentine heart. It was miraculously made by the shadow of my black fedora sitting on the brass bedpost. We knew it was a sign, that Mary Beth had got home to her Charlie. And love is truly forever.
But that's just a shadow on the wall.
That's just a shadow on the wall.
Hmm.
It was the heart.
Oh.
More about the Holbrooke Inn. As we were checking out of the Holbrooke Inn, a man was introduced to me as the leading ghost hunter from England. This man had traveled all the way to meet some ghosts, and he said he was pretty disappointed. He had only felt some spirits, but hadn't actually seen any. I had a distinct impression that the short Irish gentleman behind the registration desk wasn't interested in talking to any Brit and had probably alerted his pals. My friend Gail had her makeup and her earrings hidden for a few hours. The best man lost his only pair of black socks, and they weren't returned until he left his room and went back. There was more spiritual activity in this one location than I have ever encountered, except for military locations such as the USS Arizona in Hawaii,
Right.
and the Little Bighorn, Custer's last stand on the Crow Indian Reservation in Wyoming. In talking to the housekeepers, they all had stories of unusual happenings. Mainly, they talked about television sets turning themselves on after the room had been thoroughly cleaned, hearing voices at all times, day and night, and sounds of closing doors, water running, crying, laughing, and music during the night. And for further information, go to Holbrooke Hotel Ghost Stories on your computer, and you can read a lot of other ghost stories from the Holbrooke Hotel. Black Bart Sept here. Cascade Shores resident Mark Lyon, an expert in western Nevada County hauntings, recounts ghostly experiences at Grass Valley's Holbrooke Hotel for the Biography Channel. Many rooms in the historic hotel in Grass Valley have their eerie histories, characters, and tales. Sleep in the Black Bart room used by the highwaymen who robbed the stagecoaches of the rich. Fall asleep to the sounds of little ghost children jumping on old mattress springs. Catch some Z's in room 9 and wake up to a Victorian dressed maid folding your clothes. But be aware of a room where a suicidal gambler slit his throat and was found dead in a pool of blood. A razor blade at his side. No one knows which room it happened in. Serving as a backdrop for generations of the area's most iconic moments, the Holbrooke has many a tale to tell. The building has been made from canvas, wood, soil, and stone. It's seen gambling, gunfights, good times, and bad. Fortunes made and pure gold lost. Haunted by rough cowboys and Victorian madams. Their secrets forever safe within the storied walls. Legend tells us even Prohibition didn't stop the whiskey from being served in the saloon. In 1879, the hotel was purchased by Ellen and Daniel Holbrooke and was given its current name. Daniel Holbrooke passed away in 1884, but Ellen continued to manage and operate the hotel until 1908. Over the years, the Holbrooke has hosted many famous guests. They include U.S. Presidents Grant, Cleveland, Benjamin Harrison, and James Garfield, and prize fighters, Gentleman Jim Corbett and Bob Fitzsimmons. Authors Mark Twain and Bret Hart spent time here, surely watching the world go by from the Golden Gate Saloon. Rumor has it that the infamous highwayman Black Bart was a guest sometime between stagecoach robberies and writing poems. Today we celebrate the Holbrooke's compelling past, while maintaining a timeless aesthetic that would hold true for decades to come. Local architects, designers, and craftspeople have preserved the charm and history of this treasured property while realizing it and revitalizing it into the modern day. If you don't know where Grass Valley is, it's an hour from Sacramento and nestled in the Sierra Nevada foothills. Grass Valley is truly a postcard town rich in history and outdoor adventure. As the gold rush took hold, prospects and flooded the area to try their luck, penning for the precious metal in those creeks. The small settlement in the grassy valley began looking more like a town. In 1850, a settler discovered gold locally, and the real boom began. $400 million worth of gold would be extracted from the mines that ring Grass Valley, making it the richest mining area in all of California, and making the Holbrooke Inn one of the most beautiful places. Now, it's not beautiful now. They've taken down the veranda outside.
Oh.
It was falling apart and they couldn't replace it, but it's still there. And it's now not on a street, it's on a boulevard that's blocked off, so you can walk in front of it. But it's well worth the trip up there and just looking at all the different places. But as a psychic, what happens is you get pulled in. I felt like I saw that place, but I wanted to go to a couple others. But the Holbrooke Inn is the one that has the biggest reputation. And it's interesting when you go someplace that people have been going there for years to talk to the spirits. The spirits seem to be, hi, I'm George Thomas, like the one that was on the stairways that met me. And the one that froze Gail when she walked through him. And all of the people there were there because they knew there was a party going on, the wedding. And with all these airmen there, they were having such a good time. And John said, yeah, one of my buddies said that he danced with this gal that was really easy on her feet, and he looked down and he could see that her feet weren't touching the floor. He said, he talked to me about it, and I said, that was a spirit. And he said, yeah, I told him that, but he wasn't about to believe it. He thought it was the spirits he was drinking, not the spirit he was dancing with. But when you find a place like this, please spend some time. Because if you're watching this program this morning, that means that you're open to spirit. And I want you to take this story into you of the things that can happen when you just sit quietly and let people talk to you and let things happen to you. Each one of you has an ability to communicate with spirit, but quite often you rush it. You say, oh, I want to do that. I want to do that. Just calm down. Like when I first saw the guy with the ginger hair and that was Irish, when I first walked into the Holbrooke Hotel, he and I just looked at each other and just smiled. I didn't talk to him. I didn't say anything to him, but I just watched him, and his energy was so wonderful to watch. And that's with all of them. I watched the dancers. I watched all the people what was going on. And I feel that if you say, I'm not psychic, you have to go somewhere where there's a lot of energy. Mm. The gentleman from Great Britain who came over, it's like they shut him down. All the spirits just shut him down because he was just too serious. They were having fun, and they wanted him to come join them. And he didn't. He was there to learn something and to find out who they were. And they didn't want to be found out who they were. They just wanted to be. Now, you can say, I'm going to set myself up to send these people into spirit. Well, some of these spirits have been there. And they came back, and they've been there. They came back. And some of them are old-timers. That when you hear the word old-timers, you don't know that that means that they've been here before. Okay? They're old-timers. They have been here, they've come back, and they're experiencing life over again. And that's what's so wonderful about all of these places we have all around here. I mean, all around in the Gold area. Murphy's is wonderful. If you haven't been there, it's a small town, but it's a great place to go in and feel the energy. The jumping frog contest was where they have all these people that are still coming back. That they're not doing the contest anymore, but they have spirits that are coming back. So to go to the Gold Country and look at it. Take some time, rent a room in a place that you'd like to see or feel the energy, and you're going to be amazed at how you can open up to listening to spirit. And one of the reasons why we want to is so we realize that after we go, we have a time to come back. All these spirits, except for Mary Beth, know that they can come back. She just was so upset about losing her ring that she didn't realize that she was losing her connection with her honey. And that's what I tried to tell her, is go now and meet up with him. And she did, and we could feel her leave. The room get so much lighter after she left. So think about communicating with spirit. Think about going to a place where they've been talking about spirits being, so you can get a chance to connect. There's places in the White Lady in Moss Landing is a really wonderful one, in the distillery, the restaurant there.
Is that the blue lady?
What?
The blue lady, isn't it?
Is she the blue lady?
I think so.
When I saw her, she was white, but that's okay.
I mean, her dress is.
Her dress.
But she's white, you're right.
She's white. she doesn't have blue skin. She's white. But you can go in there and you can feel her energy. I've got lots of stories about that place too. But
Well, the ETs, but that's a different talk.
what?
I said, and the ETs as well.
And ETs
But
as
that's a
well.
different
That's a
story.
different story.
It's a different talk.
A different talk about the ETs over on the ocean. But when you think about it, find a place that you know people have said there are spirits there, and go and feel them. And once you start feeling them, you can find a way to turn yourself on when you go into any place. Every place on this planet has a spirit in it, because there's spirits who came back to be here for a while. There's spirits that just come back to touch base. There's spirits that just come back to say hello. So find a way to get in touch with those.
And one way you can do that is come visit us, because we have spirits here every Sunday of members of the congregation that have moved on. But
Right.
they come back to visit. And Keith, I often see Keith.
Me too.
Right.
And my husband Earl shows up, and others, people I don't know, but people that have been associated with CCL in the past. So if you want to practice seeing spirits, this is one place you can come and practice.
Sounds
And
good.
you know, I did a 2-day workshop on that a couple of weeks ago, and it was an amazing experience. So I invite you to exercise your own abilities. It's really quite easy when you relax. It's just totally relaxing and letting it happen.
Right. And thank you for sharing that. That's easy for us to do.
I want to back you up on that too. I've had that experience as well. And, in some ways, this time of year is
Yes.
a really good time to make connection because the veil is so thin, right?
Yes. And Dia de los Muertos and all of these other holidays that we're looking at coming up.
Yeah.
Veterans Day.
That's right.
Veterans Day is a day to just sit quietly and think of a veteran that you know that has gone on.
It's also the sign of Scorpio, which is the keeper of secrets and the revealer of secrets. So this is, again, a good time of year to think about this and pursue this.
Right. Wonderful. Thank you, Joan. That's great. So when you can get in touch with spirit and you feel that energy, it's amazing. And don't say, oh, well, that's silly. I don't really. You do. You do get in touch with spirit, and it works for you. Okay, anybody have anything to say on our listeners?
Yes, Joyce.
I would like to share something.
Yes.
And good morning, everyone.
Good morning,
Good
Joyce.
morning, Joyce.
And I just want to let you know that my daddy, Joseph Levi Thomas Brown, no, he still is Joseph Levi Thomas Brown, was born on Christmas Day.
Wow.
I can assure you that day is never dull. Daddy wasn't dull. He was a talker. I think I inherited that one. And I'm convinced I did. He loved telling stories. He was the storyteller. And I just wanted to share that Christmas has always been a time for me of feeling good, but at the same time, not. That I still so miss him.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, but nonetheless, I also have the utmost respect for my daddy. And to this very day, to this very, very day. And I just wanted to share that how I feel is very important to me because it helps me to feel good about me being Joyce C.
Good. Thank you. Thank you
Yes.
so much, Joyce.
Hmm.
Thank you for sharing. Yeah, it's
Yes.
wonderful. Anybody else have anything they'd like to share? Wow.
Well, I have something, Dottie.
Yes.
And that is, my dad took me to Mount Shasta when I was a little girl. And he said, I think this is your mountain. And he was absolutely right. I have a deep connection to Mount Shasta. And whenever I've stayed there overnight or, stayed in that area, there's always been work to do in terms of releasing spirits or honoring spirits that hold the energy of the land. And I really want to thank you for giving us a template for how we can help a spirit release.
Right.
And what you shared is very valuable. I mean, Corky, does this all the time. But we can actually access what you and Corky and Gail did. Mm-hmm. We can do that with each other. And I love the way that you said, let's do it together, right? So you were holding hands and you were comforting the young woman, and you were letting her know that she had died and letting her know that she could go to her beautiful husband. Right? I mean, you gave a pathway. There's a template there that's very simple that we can do.
Mm-hmm. Yes, very simple. And just listen and just be aware. Mm-hmm. And that's what works. Yeah. And so you're going to be passing the gift basket.
I am, because we need to honor this community by supporting it on a regular basis, because regular giving creates regular receiving. Thank you.
Da-da.
Ta-da!
Zill.
Regular giving is regular receiving. Regular giving is regular receiving. Regular giving is regular receiving. Oh, regular giving is regular receiving.
We give thanks for all the gifts that we receive, not only today, but through the mail, through Venmo, through various internet connections. And we just give thanks for this community being sustained for so much time.
Yeah, it's over 25 years.
25 years.
25
Yay!
years.
Congratulations.
Yes. For CCL.
Yay!
And thank you so much, Joan, for all your help and support. I really do appreciate that.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dottie,
Yes.
will you please tell the story about the little boy in England?
Oh, the little boy in England at Glastonbury. When we were in Glastonbury, and I was walking along and all of a sudden I heard crying. And I looked around, there was a child between 7 and 10. And I said, "What's the matter?" And he said, I don't like it here. I want to go home. And I said, "Home?" He said, "I want to be with God." And I said, "Okay, what's going on?" And he said, the bishop is mean to me here. And well, we were in Glastonbury at a mission. And I said, "What happened?" And he said, "Oh, he was mean to me and he made fun of me because my mother wasn't married when she had me, and she died when she had me. And so they were trying to raise me, but they weren't nice to me at all." And I looked at him and said, "How long have you been here?" He said, "Many, many, 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 many years."
Wow.
And I said, "Okay, well, why don't we send you where you should be? We're going to send you with God."
So we met him up on the, what was it, second or third floor in our room.
Well, no, I met him out on behind the mission there, but he went with us up there.
That's right.
He
And
went
then
up.
he turned into a butterfly.
He went up, and so,
Wow.
and at the same time, while he was there was a butterfly on the drapes,
Wow.
and the butterfly was dying. It was just moving its wings just very slowly, open and closed. And I said, "Okay, come with us." So I put my hand out and had the butterfly, and we went out to a tree behind the
Georgian Pilgrim,
yes,
DNP.
BNP, and I put it on the tree,
DNP.
and I said to the boy, "Okay, now you can leave. It's time to go, and follow the butterfly." And the butterfly died, and its wings just stopped, and you could feel the boy leave.
Wow.
And it was amazing to be there to let him go. I don't know how many centuries he'd been dead,
Wow.
but it was a long time that he had been dead.
Well, this was a butterfly day.
It was a butterfly
Day.
day, yes.
But why do they get stuck?
They get stuck because they don't feel like they're scared. They're scared,
Mhm.
and they
Exactly
don't
right.
want to go because they're afraid of what's going on.
Well, you remember that that religions, many religions have said that you're going to go to hell. And so people don't want to go to hell. They
Right.
know what it's like here and now, but they don't know what it's like on the other side because they've been told that it's, Dante's Inferno kind of thing. And so they're afraid to go.
And so this young boy, because the priest that the priests that were being mean to him had told him that he was going to go to hell.
Oh, they beat him and sexually abused him. I mean, it was.
He was
He
just
had
really
terrible.
badly taken care of. And so here these are people who are saying that they're spirits of God,
Right.
and they're treating him this way. And so he was afraid of dying.
Yeah.
So that's why he stayed on the planet.
Absolutely. And so another thing, Dottie, that you brought up that I want to underline because it's such a powerful thing is the power of observation.
Right.
So you paid attention to the young boy, but you also paid attention to the butterfly
Right.
that was on your curtain. You paid attention, right, to all of these signs. And I know for me, sometimes in my hectic life, I cannot pay attention enough. And so you're inviting us to stop, pay attention, trust what you are experiencing
Right.
as being real, and then work to gently intervene to help that person.
And
Or
a lot
that
of times
demon.
they come through in dreams.
Right,
And
Right.
people say, "Oh, well, I just had this dream."
right.
Well, listen to the dream,
Yeah,
because when you're that deeply and it's asleep,
yeah,
the spirits have found that they can come in
yeah.
to you and talk to you. And so
Right.
that's a time to take advantage of your ability
Beautiful.
and send them on their way.
We did a ceremony and a blessing for him all together too.
What?
We did a ceremony and a blessing for him as well.
Yes,
Together.
yes. Yes, we did. Thank you, Annie, for bringing
Yes,
that up.
and Annie, when you're talking about that, it reminds me that when we gather together as a group and do this, it's much more powerful and it's much less draining,
Right.
right? So doing that ceremony also connects us to our higher and better self, and also connects us with our ancestors,
Right.
which is what this time is about. And I'm not saying that you have to connect with ancestors that were not helpful to you, but connect with the ancestors that gave you wisdom or gave you support or gave you strength, right?
Right. Well, the greatest thing is that you're getting a connection with yourself.
Right.
And you can believe in spirit, and you can believe in your ability to be able to reach out to spirit.
Exactly.
Because a lot of people come to me and say, "Oh, Dottie, I had this horrible dream." I say, "What was it?" And they tell me, and I say, "Well, that wasn't horrible. That was the spirit trying to get you to help them believe."
That's right.
And they go, "Oh, that makes sense." So listen to your dreams. Listen to what they tell you, because quite often it's a person who has died and who's looking for help to get off the planet.
That's right.
Okay.
So these are powerful tools
Yes.
that you're giving us.
Yes. And every one of you can do a reading. You can feel an energy, or you have before, and you might not want to anymore. It might scare you. So if it scares you, just say to yourself, "I'm not going to be connecting with spirit because it bothers me," and let it go. But if you're interested, talk to Corky, talk to me, talk to Janet, talk to Joan, talk to people who've done this, who've gotten in touch with spirit, and have it help them. Learn how to help them tell you how they want to go, how they want to leave, where they want to go, so you can feel their energy. It's really important to do that. And if you have a spirit in your house, talk to it. Don't ignore it. Just talk to it and say, "Hey, how you doing today?
Yeah.
What's going on?" Okay, can you do that?
Yes.
Yeah, that helps. That helps. Okay, anybody else have anything they want to say? Yes, Songbird.
Okay, so my understanding that this realm is the hell that the old religions warned us about, because it's the realm of the lower forces, the material, the plant, the animal. Those are satanic forces, is what some people call them. But really, it's just a big recycling center, right? And that we can float above the earth when we die if we're going to reincarnate.
Right.
If somebody was really lost their status as a human being, their spirit can go into a rock.
Right.
Like when Saddam Hussein died, I was doing Ladihan, and my soul was sad because he had lost his standing as a human being. And my understanding is the Creator's merciful, and they don't have a memory of losing their status as a human being when their soul goes into a stone, and And then there's those that go up. I don't know what the whole shebang is for the whole thing, but higher spirits go on to heaven, whatever that is. And the thing that I get confused about, so I don't know what else happens with all of that, but there's this energetic thing where there's a memory of what happened into a place.
Right.
And I don't understand what that is, whether that's like the Akashic records that hold the history of everything. Like when I was in Innsbruck for a World Congress, I'm in this like hotel, and I'm in, jet lagged really bad from flying overseas, and I felt like the World War II bombers and saw the devastation of the little area where I was in the hotel. Like the memory of what had happened in that place was there.
Right.
It's
in
energy.
the place.
Yes.
It's energy.
Yes.
Yeah, but everything was put back exactly the way it was before. You know how the Germans and the Austrians made it look like it never happened, right? But it was there, and I don't know what that is. I don't know how that's different than the Akashic records or what the Akashic records are. That's kind of what I get confused about.
Okay. Well, the Akashic records are a place that you can go and just look at the records of your life and how you want to perceive it and how you want to accept it. And Find somebody who can take you into looking at your Akashic records. There's people who do that, and it's great to have somebody help you, because there you can see the things you've done in past lives and why you keep coming back. And so that helps you find a destination for you. You can say, okay, I don't want to do that anymore. I want to stop being angry at people. I want to accept my mother for who she was. I want to love the neighbor. I want to do these positive things. So you don't write another level that's going to go into your Akashic records. You want to be able to say, and now I'm gone. I'm not going to come back again.
The person that I know who does Akashic record readings is Julie Hawkins. And she's in San Jose, and she does that regularly.
Dottie?
Yes?
Oh, I'd like to say something quickly, if I may.
Yes.
I came into a family with a very intense mother, and I can give you her name, Louise King Brown. And I did a forgiveness piece with her when she was trapped in a dark web, a field of light, and could not move into the light itself. And I told her I had forgiven her. And it was an amazing thing when she accepted the fact that I had forgiven her. The light field changed to this beautiful soft gold. And she was able to walk through this beautiful archway door into another field of light. And everything that had been between us from each lifetime to this one had been cleansed. I held on to nothing. I never have, and I will not. I don't hold on to it. But she was still holding on while she was in a dark field, being angry. And then one day we were able to cleanse. She could cleanse because I had done it already. So I just wanted you to know that what you're saying is, to me, right on. We can let go through apologizing or forgiving, however you want to look at it. You don't always have to keep trying to debate it and why. We can do forgiveness. I forgave a mother who was very aggressive to me and abusive to me, not because I just wanted to be special. It was because I also knew that to forgive cleansed it all.
Great. Thank you, Joyce, for sharing that. That's
Yes.
That's a beautiful way to
beautiful way.
end
Yeah.
our time. That's
Yes.
powerful.
Okay, that was great. Thank you so very much. Thank you all for being here today. It was great having you here. And if you ever get into Grass Valley, check out the Holbrooke Hotel.